Welcome to Same Spit Different Face Podcast, where my opinions is facts. And if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell.
They tryna blow, I don't feel the breeze. How you a shooter, don't even score. I'm on the road like I got a tour. That Warren Petty won't go to court. I'm tryna ball, I ain't a sport. I came for the brain and shit a dork. I can't be trusting these niggas, they slimy, they slither, they jury be fake. They hold condoning this shit. My bitch.
For the hip hop spotlight artist, check the description.
Without just giving commentary, I'm shocked. I think I spoke on this. Why is Bobby SHMURDA just like a fucking cameo? I remember when Kevin Gates got locked up, and when Kevin Gates got out, he got low. He was trying to prepare music. He got low, and he worked on music and came out. Bobby SHMURDA is everywhere, but putting out new music. Like, we see him everywhere. He's at the jeweler. And I get it, he was locked up for a while, so he's everywhere. Not mad at him. But I looked at him ever since he got out to say there's rappers who want that hype that are using him. And I look at him in everybody's music video. I look at him promoting everybody else's brand. And I'm like, Bobby, could you just drop a hot song already? Because this shit, as I said, celebrity and fame is fleeting. This shit don't last forever. And Bobby might be lit right now because we care about him. He held it down, went to jail for a long time. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If he don't drop a single within the next couple of months that people care for him. And by the way, let me tell you how this. What I do believe is happening too, why he hasn't released music, I don't think he doesn't have the music. I think he's probably also figuring out some label shit. Bobby SHMURDA, when he went to jail, was on Epic Records. Okay? Notoriously, Epic Records did not want to bail him out. Right? Like, think about how scummy a record label is, right? They signed you. You making them hella money. But of course, you get locked up. They don't want nothing to do with you because they're not going to be in court with you showing their, like, documents and paperwork and fucking financials to help get you free. When it was time for Epic Records to possibly put up money to get him out on bail, that did not happen. They would not take the responsibility or the financial responsibility to do it. Bobby SHMURDA's mom, who had quit her job because her son became a star, probably linked up with family or whatever, and they had to put up a couple houses. And even then, the judge said, we're going to turn down that bail package. So I could imagine sitting in jail. Bobby SHMURDA probably had some resentment for Epic Music. Shit, I would too. Now he's out and he's free. Let me put in mind, and let me keep putting this out there. The new terror of the music business is actually Roc Nation. Roc Nation's trying to steal everybody's artists. Okay, they're like imagine the NBA added a new team, but they didn't do it. When they add a new team, the NBA, they do an expansion draft. Okay? When they do an expansion draft, they basically like take a bunch of players and they pretty much give a stimulus package to a new team. Roc Nation is a pretty new label. It's competing with Epic Records, Atlantic Records, Capitol Records, Interscope Records, Republic Records. It's competing with all the big dogs. And what's happening here is that Roc Nation, their strategy seems to be, and by the way, Jay-Z's heading it up, and also the person who was the federal informant, Desiree Perez, she's the president right now. Their strategy is, fuck trying to get new talent. We black on some, like some Diddy shit, right? Like, we black. Let's poach the current artists from other people. Roc Nation's trying to get Meek Mill from out of MMG to be signed to Roc Nation. They gave him a deal for Dream Chasers. So Dream Chasers, which is Meek's label, is on Roc Nation. They're trying to get Meek from MMG and Atlantic to be on the Roc Nation. They're trying to get Meg Thee Stallion from Cole Crawford to be from Cole Crawford 13 or whatever records to be on Roc Nation. They got lawsuits flying over that, injunctions, all type of shit. They tried actively to squeeze out Don Cannon and DJ Drama out of Uzi's business and to get Uzi on Roc Nation as well. By the way, for all the artists they can't sign, they manage all of them. So if you ask me what's going on, I think with the assistance of Meek and some of the other people that have been around Bobby, they're trying to get Bobby on Roc Nation. But when you're doing that, you got to handle who he signed to first. He probably don't like Epic Records, but Roc Nation gonna smooth that out. They're gonna be like, we're his management. He wants to be over here with us. What we got to do? Epic Records, they're gonna be like, even if we ain't bail that nigga out, he still owes us whatever. I think they're actively gonna try to bring him over to Roc Nation. So if you ask me, to make a long story short, why I think he hasn't put out music, I think he's sorting out his situations with his label. Okay? But still, as a fan, when I see him being a cameo in everybody else's shit, I'm like, come on, bro. Anyway, I apologize for that little soliloquy. Let me go back, and I'm going to play the whole Meek song, okay? Thoughts on that Meek Mill song? I think it was good. I think it's different, though. So, again, and I know y'all will always say, any comment I have on Meek will always probably have some tint of maybe biasness or some shit like that. The nigga threatened my life. I can't really speak too unbiased about him. I'm sorry. But I tried to. That song was good. The thing I would probably say, though, with Meek is that I've watched rollouts for him before. There's a few things he always checks a couple boxes. He kills. I mean, kills. Like a fucking what's it called? He usually kills a Funk Flex freestyle. Kills it. Like one of the few people who shows up to a radio station album week or a couple weeks before an album and annihilates it. He always checks that box and gets an A+. He also, at least if you ask me, he heats up the streets. And I know some of y'all be like, yo, Ak, what the fuck you know about the streets? It's not necessarily about the streets. It's about the type of music he's putting out. If you think about Meek, like, I remember when Meek did the 4 for 4s. And, like, I mean, I ain't talking about food, motherfuckers. Like, he dropped, like, 4 tracks, and he did, like, part 1, then part 2 later. Yo, some of those tracks were some of the hardest tracks. This was after the Drake beef. And by the way, keep in mind, his back was against the wall, this and third. He dropped some of the hardest motherfucking tracks I've ever heard from Meek Mill. Not only that, Meek hopped on, like, I believe like it was like that. He hopped on a couple beats. Panda, he did like a little remix to that. He did a remix to Summer 16. He did a remix to All the Way Up. Brilliant. Like, that nigga was going crazy. Okay? And I think that was like, watching his career, that he needed to do that to get people back into Meek Mill zone before he put his album out. It's been 3 years since Meek Mill has put out music. It was 2018 the last time he put out Championships. I get it. He did also release like an EP. I get it. It was cool, but things I believe is different. I don't think we're living in the era or we're having a Meek Mill wave anymore. And there's actually nothing wrong with that. I don't want to, like, you know, make it seem like I'm trying to shame him or anything, but I don't think we're in that Meek era where, like, his momentum and buzz is like at an all-time high. So with that particular track I heard, if I was an advisor to him and I was really giving him good advice, I would say, yo, that was a good opener. That was a good starter. But yo, next week, hit them with another shit. Hit them with 2 more songs. Do a remix to, I don't know, pick one of the hot songs out. And Meek has to kind of build it up again. And this has nothing to do with his brand because he's done his thing in hip hop. But I do think in 2021, momentum matters. And the reason why we're looking forward to Dirk and Baby and why they're easily going to sell over 200, even though they're not that big mainstream stars, but when it comes to the core of hip hop, we all listen to them. The reason why is because they've built up momentum with their past releases. I don't think Meek has that momentum right now. You get me? And could he get that back? Absolutely. Somebody said Meek was on Demon Time after back. Yeah, he put out some of his best music. Bro, there's something about an artist having their back to the wall, bro. Like, they be putting out some. Yo, I still think to this day, Tory putting out some of his best music. That nigga rapping like he's on TTC Metro again. Like, he is rapping, trying to almost convince people he is a good rapper. What else dropped? What else dropped? All I'm saying about Meek is that it just feels a little bit different this time. I don't see the momentum. I feel like these days, like the reason why people love Dirk this much in the last year and a half, Dirk just turned the fuck up. He turned the fuck, like literally took it to another level. Everything Dirk is experiencing right now is a product of momentum. Gave us hot shit, leveled up. That now we're like, yo, we can't wait for his next album. We can't wait for a joint album. Same with Baby over the last 3 years. I think Meek took a step back, or not back, but he went absent from music, right? When you don't put out music for that long, people are always going to have questions. Shit, if people got questions about Drake and he's the fucking greatest, they definitely going to have questions about Meek. And I think he could silence it, but he got to heat shit back up. That's it. All right, man, them Lakers really lost. What else? So I said Toronto niggas robbed the cartel. By the way, chat,
check out No Time to Play Fair, episode 3, and the end screen. Think Snowfall of Power meets the trenches of Chicago. Spit Squad, drop below in the comments and let me know what you think. Also, it's free, so click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Peace.